Hello to everyone. Today we are here with the makers of BitChange. They are our contestants this year in Legends of Lightning. So, would you care to introduce yourselves? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you making? Why are you making it?
So I'm going to start. My name is Alan Cañas. I am from El Salvador. And me and my teammate Rodrigo and I are part of the group that is developing BitChange. So, like a quick resume, BitChange is a tool for merchants and entrepreneurs that they allow them when every purchase, when a customer uses cash, it returns a receipt with a QR code with the change in Bitcoin.
Yeah, my name is Rodrigo, and I'm part of the developing team in BitChange with my mate Alan and other mates. Um, and that's it.
Okay. Could you provide a brief overview of what BitChange is and its key features?
Well, BitChange is a tool for merchants, as Alan said, uh, that gives the customer the option to receive their change in Bitcoin. This is like a way to orange peel people because adoption in El Salvador is not that far, and it's just little amounts of Bitcoin that you can start um, storing and keeping for the future.
And one of
Okay.
the main things that we thought about it is that to make the checkout process in every store faster, because we know how annoying it is when we are paying in cash and the cashier is taking a long time to get the exact same amount of coins of the change. So one of the goals is to make the checkout process faster and also education and Bitcoin adoption.
Okay. So, what problem does it aim to solve in the finance space?
Well, as we were saying, the first one and the main one is like making the checkout processes faster and also like giving the opportunity to make a Bitcoin adoption by not depending of the business accepting Bitcoin, because in some cases even though here is a legal tender in El Salvador, there is a lot of issues when paying in Bitcoin because they are only used to the government wallet, and also because they are not used to this kind of of things.
Okay, so you wanted to talk about adopting Bitcoin in El Salvador. So, what would you like to say about that? Like, what is your personal experience?
Well, in my case, even though Bitcoin is legal tender in El Salvador, the promotion that the government gave to Bitcoin wasn't uh, that well because even though it is legal tender, people is not really using Bitcoin. Well, if you go to El Zonte, Berlin, Sultan, you will see stores receiving Bitcoin. But in the daily life of Salvadorians, they don't want to use Bitcoin because uh, there were mistakes on this adoption, and they are afraid of losing their money. And from my case, it was I didn't even care of Bitcoin when it came legal tender. I just started to study it this year, and now my focus is to make it easier for Salvadorians to use Bitcoin.
Alan, do you have something to add?
Yeah, as we were saying, we it seems like we have the same problem here. And one thing that I like to add is that many people is like annoyed by the fact that the government wallet that they are used to is like they immediately associate with Bitcoin. So when
Mm-hmm.
it's malfunctioning, they start like saying that Bitcoin doesn't work, and there is like some confused terms. And it was pretty amazing to see the environment in adopting Bitcoin, and I would like to see more of that events, not depending of people from other countries. It's like the one of the goals is like, for example, as Salvadorians, we can create these amazing events.
Well, how did you guys? How was it for you in adopting Bitcoin? Like, did you see something that changed people's minds about Bitcoin in general?
Um, well, the simple fact of these events happening in El Salvador for Salvadorians like me is amazing. We come from a country that is not known by the whole world, so I'm amazed that this is happening in El Salvador, and I wasn't um, I wasn't aware of these opportunities coming to El Salvador. Uh, right now, there are a lot of companies coming here because of taxes or stuff, and I see a future here instead of other countries. I don't want to go out from my country right now.
Yeah, well, that's good. We're in the same situation. Like, Boltvan is based in Serbia, and currently I'm in Belgrade. So we have the same situation as El Salvador. Like post-war countries, they don't want to lose money. They burnt their hands too many times with all kinds of scams. So they are really hard to get into believe that something is actually good, that is not related to the government, that is decentralized. So we are kind of in the same situation, and I hope we will organize an event in Belgrade that will also do something positive as adopting Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go back to your project and to your making. You applied for Legends of Lightning tournament this year.
Yeah.
So, how is your process of making BitChange going?
So, well, the main idea that we have is like, as I said before, like making those processes faster, and also the way that our tool can be used in, every American can be used in his own business. Then also people that has that has bigger businesses can use it, for example, in a supermarket. And also we are really used to that kind of response. For example, when you are trying to buy something, paying in Bitcoin, they also give you the same answers, that the system does not is not working right now, or that they don't accept Bitcoin even though it's a legal tender. So we thought that this is a good idea, and also incentivize people, that make them clear that it exists more wallets apart than the ones that they already know.
Okay, Rodrigo, do you have something to add?
Well, it's a way of orange feeling. It's a way to bring people and say the population in El Salvador is actually easier than they think. It's just download a wallet and it's got second sex. Um, so that's another reason of orange feeling. The population in El Salvador.
And what is your overall experience with building in public, and how did it, and how, if it did, how did it change your journey for the better or for worse?
I think that this is a good idea, building in public. We had the experience building at the Adopting Bitcoin event, because not only it's like you feel like motivated to see all people working there and sharing their different ideas. For example, when we were in our room, a lot of people came to ask and share their ideas, and how they were building also in public. So I know that this is a good incentive in the developing world. So I think we should be doing more of this.
Yeah, okay. And how do you like the Bolt platform, like as in for posting about building in public, your updates, your launches, and so on?
I think it's great to make these ideas come out because in many cases you don't know, like in companies, who is behind all the magic. Everything is like secret or private, and it's great to uh, foster these events so people can get excited, people can get um, can get yeah excited to participate because many of these events there were just organization people in front of the cameras, but behind the cameras there are a lot of people too that is actually working for a better future, a better adoption. So these are resources that are going to be there, and people can see and they can think, "Oh, this is cool. I want to be part of this. Uh, I want to improve this. I don't know. I want to improve the situation too. I want to be part of this."
And
Did
also,
you
I
get?
think, oh,
Oh,
sorry.
oh, continue, continue.
And also, I think it gives you a great opportunity, to interact with people around the world. Maybe if and it doesn't matter. I think if you have your own ideas or you're working alone, you can find someone with those same ideas and you can share them. And maybe your next teammate for developing maybe is in another part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can work in remote and distributed companies. For example, the first interview I hosted in the Meet the Maker session was about the project Split Sats, and they have the whole team, and like every person is in a different country in a different time zone, and they needed a lot of organization and like communication to survive in that environment and to keep building. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like you're in Italy and you're working with someone from, like, I don't know, across the Atlantic Sea, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did you maybe, were you able to create a community around your work and like to create your own community from the distributed communities you used?
Uh, we really hope to build it in the future. We are working for this. We have, even though we have Twitter, YouTube, we are just starting. We started since this month, uh, and our focus is to make the change a recognized way to um, to make everyone adopt Bitcoin. So uh, the idea is to familiarize with people. Our focus is to um, make people feel like the change is a way to get Bitcoin instead of exchanges, instead of like peer to peer, as Satoshi was meant.
Okay. Um, okay, one interesting question for you guys. What is the best advice about building in public or building in general that you got from someone?
I think that maybe is to not being afraid of sharing your ideas. Maybe there is someone that has the same way that you think, and probably if you share those ideas you can make something bigger.
Yeah, yeah. Sharing different point of views is important, so you can maybe get different realities from other people around the world. Um, and I think from my side, another advice I would say is to Talk with people. Do not be afraid of talking with people. To be on this kind of events or invitations, take the opportunities because those are like mm, things that can serve as a way to build reputation and to build trust with around your around your person or your character. And it's always good to share with different people around the world.
Yeah, I completely agree. A lot of us have like that startup fear of asking questions and like saying something in public because we're scared that we might sound silly, that we didn't form it correctly, and that it's a dumb question, and that someone won't
Yeah,
take us seriously. Like we're constantly fearing of not destroying our image or something like that. But the reality is, even if you don't know something, it's completely normal. No one knows anything. So just ask if you're interested in something. Like, don't think that someone will consider you a fool if you ask something. And a lot of us deal with that stuff. Did you deal with that stuff as well when you started?
I think that maybe this not only can start like here while building in public. I think this is a problem that is when we are at school, for example, that we are afraid to ask something that maybe we think that it's been already explained or is too silly to ask. So I think that this is something really important that we need to manage well. And also in these cases, for example, when we are trying with new technologies, uh, it's okay to ask, so don't be afraid to do it.
yeah, we are. I mean, we are humans. We are always here to help. We were in the same situation of people who don't know anything. I mean, we just started this year to study Bitcoin, to research about it, and we can tell at the beginning you can be like scared of the bunch of information is out there, and even though you go to conferences, there is always something to learn on this area. So it's not uh, asking is not bad. Asking is actually human.
Yeah. And when someone knows much more than you should take it as an opportunity to ask that person, to learn from that person, and not feel threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So besides BitChange, are you guys working on something else, like some personal projects or plans, ideas for the future?
Well, right now I think we're just focused on bit change because we want to make it as much to give the most features as possible. Like for example, we thought that the good idea would be uh, to make it user friendly in a way people from all over the world can use it. So we are adding like some more languages to our tools. So so El Salvador will be like a good starting point. But the main goal is that people can use BitChange. It doesn't matter where they're from.
So
Yeah.
that's the long-term goal for it to be worldwide, universal.
Yeah. We are trying also to make a community around BitChange because BitChange is not known. We just started a month ago. We're working in marketing, business model. We're trying to like figure out because right now we is just like a template of
Mm.
how we want the change to be in the future. So we still have to think a lot of things. We have to meet with our group. Um, we have to spend many nights yet. So it's yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are both developers. You're a front developer and you are the back developer. So have you considered maybe getting a designer and like focusing on the aesthetics and human psychology of the whole project as well?
I think, well, we're the other people in our group, our teammates are also developers, so
Mhm.
we're not thinking right now of like hiring like a designer or something because where we are having these calls with these group calls, it's like there is a lot of brainstorm and somehow someone came with an idea that is like the perfect idea set up for a project. So we think that if we make the effort of doing the things like for example that making a design that is attractive or some things like that, I think that this will be like a good opportunity to use those ideas on making more projects.
Yeah, and you can like ask for designers' input or anyone's input on our platform or on Twitter or other platforms that are working like Volt Fund and the Bitcoin Noster decentralized industry. So yeah, I support it.
Yeah, it could be great to have distributed our tasks because right now we are figuring out many things of what the change is going to turn out. We are figuring out the business model, marketing, and we all are developers. Uh, so it could be great to have more people in the future in our team in order to make it better, successful, user friendly, uh, user friendly because the interfaces and the user experience is really important to make our project um, good because that's the strength from our system to make it easier for people, make it effortless.
Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, guys, do you maybe want to add anything else about your project or generally about your opinion?
Well, I think that maybe like we're participating in the lightning in this hackathon will be will be good because we're going to have some feedback from other people. We have to take in account people the feedback from the judge. But if someone wants to give us any feedback or like tell us a good idea so we can implement into our project, they can visit their or websites that are from the project. So the first one is like the public part where people can know how our tool works. It's bitchange.site, and or the tool itself for people creating the wallet and making being able to interact with the tool is bitchange.store.
Okay, I will add that links in the description.
Great.
Uh, yeah, and I highly encourage you to post not only for the pitch day, but for like updates if you on our platform if you want to get any kind of closure and advices from other people. So yeah, I will be happy to look what you came for, considering that submissions are ending on December 10th. So that is really close, like 5 days. Uh, are you guys happy because of that, or is it a little bit tense now?
Uh, yeah, we're we are working a lot right now. We are um, like a little bit tense, but at the same time, we hope to we hope to learn a lot from all the projects, not just to go out and win. Uh, we hope to see many people doing great stuff.
Yeah. Do you have one or more projects that caught your eye?
Excuse me.
Do you have like a project that caught your eye on the
Oh,
platform, like some project that you really like?
well, I saw the last Meet the Makers of Lightning VPN. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and well, it's I see it's cool. I try to use it, uh, but I couldn't. But it's a it's interesting uh, the way they try to bring a service back for anonymous, anonymous um, or in a more private way. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, they are great guys. I really enjoyed talking to them, and they're really insightful. And like the advice that they actually gave to the audience that was watching the video was impeccable, actually. Like when you're in a hackathon and building for a hackathon, focus on one thing, on that one feature that makes your project
yeah,
different than others. And that's really true. That's really true,
Yeah,
because like when you have a month of work or 2 months, like you can't have the whole product. It's important to focus on that one thing.
yeah.
So do you have that one thing?
yeah,
Yeah, you do. Okay.
We're trying to make it solid. We're trying to make it uh, as as we
as
want it to
simplest
be.
as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, as simplest as possible. Well, I can't wait to see what are you guys up to, and can't wait to see your pitch video. I will be inputted. So, as for the live pitches, they won't be live. Like people can make a video of their pitch to present their work. I will post about that tomorrow.
Okay.
But as well, someone who wants to do a live pitch, they can like represent their work in like 15 to 20 minutes and talk about their work and make like a video presentation, and it will be included in the Meet the Maker series. So
Okay.
you guys already did that now, so you are free to go. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Well, it's still on working. We are preparing a video
Mm-hmm.
for the app. So yeah,
Can't
we
wait to see it.
it's still on work. We just filmed yesterday. You know.
Yeah. I know. But, well, I can't wait to see it, but I will see it on December 10th. Uh,
Okay.
not now, not now. I'm giving you time still, not hurrying you up. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be it for me. Do you want to say anything else, or should we call this a day?
Well, that's it for me. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and also thank you for this opportunity to make BitChange, to give the opportunity for other people to know about BitChange, and like this also will encourage people to sign up for more hackathons. So thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming. It was lovely speaking to you guys. So see you in the end of the tournaments, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.